Welcome back to Nationwide Arena, where we have just witnessed.
I love the arena.
You love the arena. Arena was rocking for early in the game. Anyway, Blue Jackets lose 3-2 to the Washington Capitals. Last three meetings with this team, 10-3 on aggregate. But maybe I'm burying the lead here, because the most important thing right now is the health of Zach Werenski, who was hit early in the third period by Alex Ovechkin. It was one of four big hits in this game by the Capitals on
that shift.
The rookie. Well, not just that shift, but in the game. And Porty, what is the latest on Werenski's health?
Yeah, well, the club has no update. Tortorella said he hadn't yet talked to the trainers, which I'm not sure anyone quite believes that, but the team's not ready to.
I don't think he's ever spoken to the trainers.
They didn't offer a diagnosis tonight. We've been told there's no fractures, so that suggests there's no collarbone break, which where he took it, the contact point was right shoulder, into the glass with his left shoulder. It's kind of hard to tell, because when he goes down, he tries to catch himself with his left arm, which I think would be a good sign that his left arm wasn't totally incapacitated, and he continued to hold the right stick, or the stick in his right arm, so that arm didn't lose all control either. But he clearly went off the ice.
He was slumped, and he went right down the tunnel.
I couldn't tell which arm he was holding, but it went right down the tunnel, and we never saw him again. So no fractures, but that does not rule out a serious injury. It could be dislocated.
Or he might be playing Call of Duty right now. We have no idea.
It could be a stinger, and it's not a big deal, but we don't know.
Needless to say, if this kid misses any time in the playoffs, it would be a huge loss for them. Most likely it's going against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Of course, the Penguins aren't going to feel bad for anybody. They have tons of injuries. Yeah. But what has this kid meant for this team, and what, if he were to miss time in the playoffs, would it mean to the Blue Jackets?
Top pair defenseman. And has been consistently one of their best offensive players this year. I think what Jackets fans are curious about, they know how good Werenski is was it dirty? At first flush, I thought it was, and I've kind of tempered my view of the hit. He did leave the ice. That is clear. Both feet.
It was a charge.
Probably it was a touch late if it was late. So that's one of those things that you're going to see in the playoffs, as Tortorella pointed out. No one in the Blue Jackets room was extremely, I can't say no one because I didn't speak to everyone, but the general theme in the room, as with Tortorella, was that these things are going to happen in the playoffs, and he's got to protect himself, and which is code for be ready for those hits, and it's also can be code for he's going to have to maybe slash someone in the neck one of these days, and the team will kill it off.
Again, Washington has been to the playoffs a lot in recent seasons, hasn't gotten far, but they're a very physical team. They've kind of taken the same approach in past years with Chris Letang. Last year we saw it with Shane Gostisbehere with Philadelphia. And, for a 19-year-old, this is kind of almost like baptism under fire. This is what the playoffs are going to be like.
But it's not new for him either, Porty. I mean, this is an issue.
But nobody has hit him. I think we can all agree. Nobody has hit him like this team has. It goes back to the last game where Tom Wilson ran him twice. Wilson ran him twice today. Kuznetsov got him one time really good.
They all warmed him up for Ovechkin.
And then the Ovechkin hit. So
boy, he stay hit when he hits you.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a truck. Yeah, well, it's been an issue all year, not specifically against the Capitals, to your point. Right. It's been something that Brad Shaw, we spoke to, I think it was around the holidays, who said that, at some point the kid's got to get a well-timed elbow up, or maybe whoops the butt end of a stick.
Sorry about that.
And if they ding him with the penalty, we'll kill it off.
Yeah.
And Jack Johnson even said to you guys post-game, we got his back if he does something that causes a major pushback. The question that I was left with for a lot of tonight was, is there something else that this team should be doing? You saw what they did after the hit that knocked them out of the game. Maybe that should happen after the first Wilson hit or the second Wilson hit. Maybe it should have happened in Washington. Clearly from what Nick Foligno said after the game, which was essentially what Jack said, which was essentially what Brad Shaw said.
And Tortorella.
They've been urging him to push back, and it's not part of his toolbox just yet, and who knows what the cost is going to be tonight.
All right, let's just move on to the game a bit. It was a huge crowd here. They were ready to go, and Washington, after a really good first period, I thought pretty evenly played first period. Washington strikes twice there. I think early, midway in the second period, really takes it out of the building. What is the difference, do you think, when you look at these two teams? They're very close in the standings right now. What's the difference you see when you look at Washington?
Well, you start with Ovechkin, but that ilk of player.
Yeah.
I mean, Oshie is not a hyper elite talent, but boy, he can do what he did there, which was he stick handled through two defensemen, cut across the slot, and buried a backhand. And then Burakovsky.
Yeah.
What a snipe! He put
He
it in
had
a
a spot
little
about
hole
this big to
near
shoot
side.
it and nail it. Yeah.
Exactly. And you go woo! And it looks bad now because nobody's scoring for the Jackets except for Kyle Quincy.
Yeah. Right.
And Jack Johnson had a nice goal tonight, but their offense is flat and their power play is non-existent right now. So you can see the difference between a team like Washington with 112 points now and a team like Columbus with 106.
Yeah.
Is that they know what they're doing now. They have some highly skilled players, and they have no problems with confidence right now.
Columbus's forwards have 5 goals in 8 games, 7 games since they clinched.
Yeah, well, they've got what, 1 or 2 goals in what, 5 of the last 6 games, something like that.
I mean, think about that: 5 goals from forwards in 7 games.
And the power play is like for
none of those are power play goals, right? I think there's another thing here. I actually think these 3 games could be beneficial, no matter what happens in Pittsburgh on Tuesday. I think these 3 games are beneficial because I think for too long the Blue Jackets have struggled to find that edge, the chip on their shoulder that they played with early in the season. And what I mean by that is they can't beat the Washington Capitals if they try to go skill for skill with the Washington Capitals. They can't do it against Chicago. I thought they played better in Chicago than they did tonight, for most of tonight. But they have to be the physical aggressor from the start, not at the start of the third period, from the start, and negate that skill that these teams have with. Yeah, they're up there with the big boys, but they don't play the same
slow
style.
by comparison unless they're mucking it up.
Unless they're dictating. They got to believe that the puck is half theirs. Yeah. And if they don't, then it's like tonight, where Tortorella said he thought they were fine for 2 periods. I didn't think they were fine for 2 periods.
He cited all their scoring chances.
Yeah.
And Hopi played. I mean, he played well, but no sweat.
Yeah, he had a great save late with the toe.
Yeah.
But I don't think they were the better team, and for many stretches at all in the first 2 periods.
They have not been the better team in any of these last 3 games. I mean, the first 2 games, or first couple of games of this 5-game regular season series. I mean, Columbus won late. I thought they played right with him. I think these last 3 games has been really a different story, where you can see Washington really picking up their game, picking up their level of play, the skill they have. And again, we talk about it, it's been very obvious how they have really picked up the physical play on some of their star players, particularly Werenski. Okay, Tuesday night we will, I believe, all be in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Photographer Kyle Robinson will be there
with us. I think so, yeah.
All right, for what will turn out to be...
You guys will have me.
Yes, a dress rehearsal.
Are you kidding? You're driving.
A dress rehearsal game for the playoffs with the Penguins. And keep it right here. Check out his column tomorrow.
What's right
his
here?
Gamer.
Watch this over and over again.
Oh, yeah, watch it on dispatch.com. Dispatch.com.
All right.
That's where we want to be.
We'll be back after the break.
Go push the button. I hope you'll hear...